We are here at 10th Planet Oceanside, where we are going to be working and meeting with Maia Kahaunaele. She's going to pronounce it for us when we get inside. There it is. Alrighty guys, so now we are here with Maia. You want to pronounce it for me because I've been fucking it up? Cool.
What?
Kahaunaele. Is there an N in there?
No, there is. It's Kahaunaele.
Can you say slow for those that aren't blind?
Kahaunaele.
Louder, please.
Kahaunaele.
Naale.
Yeah,
Say again?
Kahaunaele.
Kahaunaele.
Oh,
Close. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be showing a little bit of what her training is like, what she's been doing since UFC, what her plans are for Bkfc, and well, just overall get to know her a little bit better as not just a fighter, but as a person and what she does outside of the ring. So it's about finding your groove. So the point of this drill right here is we're still like, I don't want to call it warming up, but I am helping you find your rhythm and flow, allow you to push at a maximum effort, maximum speed with your punches, right? So the first, I like to start easy, and then you can go ahead and become advanced and I don't want to call it complicating, but start doing what works for you. No, I'm not saying you're not smart. No, definitely not. No, that's not what I'm saying. So right here, 1, 2, 1. If they threw an overhand right, or they're throwing a hook and they're southpaw, I like to switch because it makes them miss, right? But if you're going in and you have them weak and you're trying to put the pressure on them, maybe you go 1, 2, 1, and now they're going to start coming in, and exactly what you did earlier off camera, bam, 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 finding strikes and hitting them as they come forward. Worry about committing. Yup, find the killer in you right now. Let's go, turn it on. Alright, so as I'm lacing you up, this kind of brings the opportunity for a perfect first question that many people, maybe you've been asked this one before, but they've been asking my community is, what got you into fighting? Why? Where did it all start and why?
Honestly, it was my mom that got me into fighting. She worked for the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, and to learn to better protect herself and to maybe just de-escalate situations without, using any kind of weapon and stuff. She chose to start boxing, and then in my off season of soccer, as a way to stay in shape, I kind of took it up with her.
Nice. Yeah. Alrighty. So question number 2. Alright, a lot of people think it's impossible, and you can tell me if it is or not because you got there, and you have friends. You definitely have a lot of teammates that are in there. How hard is it to get into the UFC?
Back in the day, I think it was really 2010 to 2016. It was, I'm sorry, even before that, even back to 2005 when it really kind of blew up, to about 2016. I thought it was extremely competitive to get in there. But again, it was growing at that point. There was a smaller pool. It wasn't as accessible. It wasn't as noticeable. It wasn't as popular back then. So like anything, it's supply and demand. Now the demand for UFC is high, and so and the supply is plenty. So a lot of guys it's basically, sometimes they just get real lucky. Some guys are 5-0 and the right person saw them, or they were ready when the call came. That's really what it is.
Okay. So it's kind of like, unless you have a direct contact, you should be training as if your next fight's your debut.
Yeah, because especially throughout the pandemic and everything else, those short notice calls are right around the corner. People testing positive, things like that. So okay. Yeah, now is essentially a time that you should definitely be staying ready.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room, because I know that anybody that now they know your name, they're probably gonna go right to Google really quick and look you up. And you've already had a fight in Bkfc. What was the name of your opponent again?
Helen Peralta.
Helen Peralta. Can you tell us a little bit about that fight? Because for anybody that watched that, they probably thought that was either a mismatch, you know, as far as like what it looked like. But can you give us your perspective on what went on in that fight, what went right, what went wrong, and are you still in Bkfc?
You know, I can start with, I still have definite plans to pursue other matches in Bkfc, but for the Helen fight in particular, you know, I think that I did come in there a little disillusioned. I mean, I've been boxing since, you know, early 2000s, so to me, you know, coming in and even going into, you know, my UFC career and you know, my earlier MMA fights, boxing was always my thing. So I think that in general, I mean, I'm not going to say like I underestimated Helen because, you know, she obviously came in there, the Police Gazette world champion. She's, you know, a great bare knuckle fighter, a great fighter in general. But, you know, I did think I had certain advantages, and then getting in there, it was just a whole new game for me. You know, it was very eye-opening. There was a lot of stylistic differences between boxing and bare knuckle boxing, obviously, you know. But until you're getting punched in the face, you really just you don't take those into account. You know, like it's not a fight of athleticism at all. It's, you know, it's a grind, and it's a fight. It's a bare knuckle fight. Hands get broken, you know, faces get broken, people get bloody. You know, I'm okay with all that, and I think coming out of that fight, you know, yeah, I came out with an L. You know, I'm pretty disappointed in having it in the first round, but I think all the tools and all the learning experiences I took out of that will help me going forward.
Nice. So basically, it like bare knuckle boxing, for, you know, it's funny because I'm sure I've been around people that are like, oh, I have no problem, I'll throw down right now. Like, obviously they'll compare bare knuckle boxing to that of a street fight. Would you say it's safe to say that those people that think, oh, bare knuckle boxing is easy, they're psychotic, they're wrong about what they think?
Yeah, actually, you know, one of my favorite bare knuckle fighters, his greatest quote is that, you know, everybody wants that problem until they get it, and
yeah.
you think you can handle a street fight until you actually get in one.
Yeah, it's the same thing for bare knuckle. Like, you think, oh, bare knuckle, no gloves, easy, and it's like, oh, until you get that first cut, right?
Yeah, first cut.
And people see you feel like the inside of your flesh, your skull. You're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, like
it takes a different crazy fighter.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now you're still in Bkfc, is that right?
Yes.
Alrighty, so with that fight being out of the way, you know, I would you say it's safe that you probably have went against probably one of the best, if not the best, bare knuckle boxer out the gate?
Yeah, right out the gate, you know, they kind of just, well, that's pretty much been my fight career.
They fed you the wolves?
They fed me to the wolves, you know, but, you know, I never really get discouraged by that because, you know, I know that every fight is a learning experience. You know, whether you come out with a win or a loss, you know, you just gotta keep pushing forward, and that's, you know, that's what makes a fighter, is you keep fighting.
So here's another question people ask: if you could fight one person right now in Bkfc, who would it be and why?
Oh, I'm probably the same one everyone wants to fight on. Paige Van Zandt.
Say louder for the camera.
Paige Van Zandt.
Paige Van Zandt. All right, why though? Why? What about? Has she fought Bkfc yet or no?
No, she hasn't. You know, she had some pretty sketchy predictions for her last Bkfc fight that I kind of have some issues with, and that, you know, I wanna maybe.
You want to be the one to greet her?
Yeah, I want to be the one to greet her in, and yeah, but you know what? Nothing against Paige. She's a great fighter. You know, she's done a lot for women's combat sports in general. I think she's a great role model. She, you know, carries herself well. So, you know, it would be an honor to fight her, and it'd be an honor to.
I feel like it'd be a balanced fight because I know both you guys have fought in 115s before, anyways. So for you guys, similar body types, at least from what I've seen in the 125 Bkfc division, like if we're trying to be fair and give somebody that is a good fight for her debut, would you think that you're the best fit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, nothing against the other women in the sport, but you know, you know, there's the Christine Ferreras, the Beck Rollins, you know, the Helen Peraltas, and all of them. You know, they're
just better than her. I'm just
saying that, and I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not saying I'm not better than her, but I think that, you know, stylistically and matchup-wise, it makes the most sense for me to welcome her in the ring.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So, do you have any fights coming up right now, or anything in the works? Are you allowed to talk about that?
I'm not gonna say anything right now, but hopefully we have have something.
So you're training to stay ready so you don't have to
Yeah,
get
always
ready.
gotta stay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, just making sure. All right, cool. Thanks again, Maia, for doing the video with me. We'll be seeing you again very soon, right?
You'll be seeing me.
I'll be seeing.
Yeah, we're fighting next time.
You serious? Oh my god. Alrighty guys, so that's it for today on training. I would have gotten a lot more. If you guys can't tell, it was a little bit abruptly interrupted because, well, she has a lunch date with the champion, Joey the Executioner Beltran, the Police Gazette, and the heavyweight world Bkfc champion. So they're going out to lunch, but we will pick up the training tomorrow. If you guys liked what you saw, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what other questions should I ask her moving forward, because it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of videos in the near future. So thanks again for watching. Catch you guys next time. Peace. Bye, champ.
Suck my butt.
Bye, guys.